St. Clair County RESA presents Dateline Schools, hosted by Terry Harrington.
State testing is our topic all this weekend, Dateline Schools, as the kids are getting ready to do their annual state assessments as soon as they get back from spring break. And to tell us all about it, my special guest is the secondary curriculum and instruction coordinator, as well as the principal at Marine City Middle School, Catherine Woolman. And Catherine, you mentioned this is all for 3rd through 11th grade kids mostly. Do we do any kind of state assessment for those younger students, kindergarten, 2nd grade?
The state is just starting to do some interim assessments with math and ELA for kindergarten, 1st, and 2nd graders. They're very, very short assessments, and you would give them in the fall, and then you would give them again in the spring just to see where are they at, how do they compare to their peers, and really to give teachers and buildings and districts an idea of where their students are falling in comparison to the rest of the state. But again, because those kids are so young, they're very, very short assessments.
And I know, too, it's not really a big change for our high school kids, but this year is the 2nd year with the SAT. Mm-hmm. Is that going a little bit better than it did with the ACT, or are they still kind of getting used to that?
For the students, I think it's probably going great. For us as adults, it's been quite a shift. We had our systems down with ACT, and now with SAT, because it's it's done through the College Board, and they're a much larger organization. It's just been learning a new process. Both tests, though, are nationally normed, and we get results back on how our students compare to the nation afterwards. Those results come back very quickly, and they go directly to colleges, so they really do help our students long term.
Now, you also mentioned, too, that you do have some freshmen and some sophomores who take the PSAT. Mm-hmm. What is that test?
The PSAT, kind of like the name would imply, it's a pre-SAT. So it's a shorter version of the test, and it really tells us, it predicts how they're going to score as juniors, but it tells us where are their weaknesses so that while they're in 9th and 10th grade, we can adjust their schedules. We know how to prep them. It tells us what their strengths and weaknesses are going into that test. The SAT is a high-stakes test for students because so much college admissions and scholarship ride on that.
Has it caused your high school teachers to change how they teach a little bit, or maybe what they're teaching a little bit?
I think the best example of change would be the ACT allowed you to use the calculator on everything. Mm. And so we had taught our students how to use that graphing calculator. They knew how to do everything with it. The SAT has a non-calculator portion. Mm. So now it's back to making sure our kids know all those fundamental skills without their calculator. And that's just one example of the change. They are very different tests, but just the math in of itself. Small changes, but they required us to adjust what we do in the classroom.
Great. We'll be back with more tomorrow. For Dateline Schools, I'm Terry Harrington.